Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Before jumping any further into today's video, be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. We are trying to reach 6K by the beginning of April. That is the next goal here for this channel, so please join the family if you haven't already. I post new videos 3 times a week, so there's always new content to binge. Today, as you can clearly tell from the title of the video, we have a spring favorites, which I'm super excited for. I love favorites videos. I don't do these every single month, but I try and do them every single season. We have beauty items, makeup, skincare, body, clothing. So without further ado, I'm just gonna jump right in. I feel like the products that I'm gonna be talking about in today's video are truly A+. As always, I will have everything linked down below, but I think that we should just kind of jump right into it. So I'm gonna start off with the one hair care item that I have in today's video. I've been using this for about 2 months, and when I tell you the results are insane, like that's truly not an understatement. And I'm talking about this little guy right here. So this is the Grow Hair Serum from Vegamore. I'm still not sure how to pronounce it. Anyways, like I said, I bought this about 2 months ago to be my new hair serum to prevent any sort of hair thinning, hair breakage. I wear my hair up a lot of times in a bun or in a ponytail, so having something like this in my hair care routine is crucial. I'm somebody who already has a lot of hair, but when I tell you the growth and just the fullness that I've seen from using this is like day and night. I put this in my hair every single day. I do about like a full like dropper's worth. It has a really fresh and clean scent that I like too, and even though you put this in your hair every single day, it doesn't make my hair feel weighed down. It doesn't make it feel like it's full of product. It's something that I can use every single day, and it kind of just like blends into my scalp seamlessly. If you're someone who's dealing with like hair thinning, maybe a little bit of hair loss, I cannot imagine the results that you would see from this, because I've seen a little bit and I don't even have that issue. I just use this as like a preventative measure. It's so worth it though. It is a little bit more expensive, but so far, like I said, I'm on month 2 and I haven't had to replace the bottle yet. I saw this brand everywhere on my Instagram, and so one day I just decided to order it and try it out, and I'm so glad that I did. It is absolutely 100% worth the hype. I feel like it wouldn't be a favorites video for me without mentioning the perfume that I'm loving at the moment, and while I've definitely been going between quite a few this spring season, I love like spring scents, the one that I've definitely been kind of like going back to the most has been Marc Jacobs Daisy. I got this mini size from Sephora. You guys know I don't usually purchase like the big bottles of perfumes just because I'm somebody who likes switching between a lot of fragrances, but I have just been loving this. It's so fresh. It's definitely floral, but it's not overpowering. I will say this isn't like the longest lasting scent that I've ever tried. I do have to spray this on myself a few times throughout the day, but it just reminds me of like a beautiful sunny day here in New York, and I truly am obsessed. Up next, I want to talk about the 2 body care items that have kind of been my staples recently. The first of which is a new deodorant. You guys know I only use natural deodorants, and for the last like 6 months I had been loving the Kosas AHA deodorant, but I was looking to switch it up. I kind of felt like it was almost becoming a little bit too harsh on my skin, and maybe that's because I've also been doing laser hair removal on my underarms, so that area of my body is like definitely already pretty sensitive right now. So I switched to this about a month ago. This is the Kopari deodorant in the, I think just the original scent. Yeah, original. Now oddly enough, I hate the taste of coconut, but I love the scent of it, and so I really love the scent of this. It's basically just like straight up coconut, but it's not super strong or anything. So it reminds me of like the spring and summertime, and it gets me so excited for summer days in New York this year. But what I really love about this stuff is A, it glides on clear. It's not going to transfer onto your clothes, but it's a super hydrating and moisturizing formula, and I feel like I've never found something like that in a deodorant before. It's not anything that I thought I needed, but now that I have like a hydrating deodorant formula, I feel like I'm never going back. Again, just one of those like cult classic products that I have never tried before, and I can see why so many people love it. So if you're looking for an all-natural deodorant that has like a really light scent, it's gonna last throughout the day, I would definitely recommend giving this a try. It's only like 14 bucks, so it's not crazy expensive or anything. Now, this obviously isn't like an antiperspirant. It's not something that's gonna keep you from sweating. You're still gonna sweat when you use this, but it definitely eliminates like any sort of like major odor. And if coconut isn't your thing, they have like a ton of different very like tropical summery scents. I would recommend picking yours up from Nordstrom, because that's where I have found that they have the most like scent variety. The other body care item that I wanted to mention is this guy right here. This is the Isle of Paradise self-tanning butter. Isle of Paradise is my favorite self-tanning company. I truly don't ever think I'm going to use another brand. I have used their face tanning drops for like years now. I think going on like 2 years. years. I've used their tanning water, I've used their tanning mousse, and I've always wished that they would come out with a tanning butter or like a tanning lotion, because personally that's my favorite way to tan, because it also gives you that extra like hydration and moisture into the skin, and I just think it also looks the most natural. So they released this at Sephora about 2 weeks ago, and I had just run out of the other tanning lotion that I had been using. So I literally ran over to my closest Sephora, I picked this up, and oh my gosh, this stuff is everything. It gives such a natural tan. You don't look orange. It's not too much. It's very buildable. You can apply this for like multiple days in a row and it's still not going to look crazy. And what I love about the formula too, and it's something that I actually just realized the last time that I was applying it, it has a very, very subtle shimmer to it. So when you're out in the sun, your skin just looks healthy and glowy. You don't have to apply this with a mitt. Just make sure that you wash your hands afterwards. Otherwise your hands will end up pretty orange, but as long as you wash them, it takes care of that. It has a really light scent. It definitely does smell a little bit like self-tanner, but it's not anything crazy, and it also like doesn't transfer onto clothing. It doesn't transfer onto my bed sheets. Like, I just can't recommend this enough, and I'm obsessed with I Love Paradise. If for some reason anybody from that team is watching this video, please sponsor me. So now let's talk about some makeup. I've actually been able to try out some new products recently, because if you guys didn't know, I am currently on a no buy, meaning I cannot get a new makeup item until I finish up a previous one. And recently I feel like I've just gone through so many makeup items recently, which gave me a chance to buy some new ones, and I feel like everything I've been trying out so far has just been a smash. This product in particular is not a new product to me though, but I did recently pick it up in a different color because they expanded their color range. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. Now this stuff is essentially like a multi-purpose makeup item. You can use this as a really light foundation. I hesitate to even use the word foundation. It barely gives any coverage, but it will help kind of even out the skin, similar to something like the Glossier Skin Tint. It's gonna give a really beautiful, luminous, healthy finish. You can also mix this in with your foundation. You can use this on top of your foundation as a highlight that isn't shimmery at all. It's literally just going to reflect light and add some glow. My favorite way to use this though is on those like no makeup days. I use my Super Goop sunscreen and then I'll put this on over top. I blend it out with a beauty blender, but you could probably also use your fingers considering how light the formula is, and my skin just looks so glowy, healthy, but it doesn't look shiny, it doesn't look oily, and even though I have combination skin, this wears beautifully throughout the day. I also love the applicator on this. I love that it's a really fat doe foot applicator because you can just swipe it onto your face and go. I just can't say enough about this though. I already featured it in my minimal spring makeup tutorial, and I use this like almost on a daily basis right now. I also have a new concealer and a new powder that I'm loving, both of which are actually from the same brand. I've been trying to dive more into clean beauty recently, because what's great about the times that we're living in right now is clean beauty is super on trend, so you can still find great products with great pigmentation and color payoff, but it's just better for you ingredient wise. And I don't really know if there will ever come a day where like my entire makeup collection is solely clean beauty brands, but I'm definitely trying to make the switch whenever I can. So recently, whenever I've run out of a makeup product, I've tried to see if there's a clean beauty option that I can swap to. So like I said, I recently ran out of a concealer, and then I recently ran out of my only pressed powder, so I replaced those with both clean beauty options, and they're both from Kosas, and I'm completely blown away, impressed, in love, and that's why obviously these are both in my favorites video. So as far as the concealer goes, I want to say this is called like the Kosas like brightening under eye concealer or something like that. I just really love this formula. It is full coverage, but it doesn't feel thick on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy. It still feels very weightless, but it definitely does help brighten up the under eyes. I bought this color mostly for a brightening effect underneath the eyes, but if I would have gotten one closer to my actual skin tone, I'm sure it would cover up any blemishes that I needed it to. I will say the color selection is a little tricky. If you can go in store to buy this, I would suggest that, because a lot of their concealer shades run very yellow, and I am very, very neutral. So it took a little bit of trial and error, but eventually I settled on the shade 3.5, and it's pretty perfect for me. I just love the way that this feels, and I love that it feels hydrating, but it doesn't like slide around on the skin. It doesn't get oily, and it honestly dries down to a powder finish pretty quickly. Like as soon as I blended that into my hand, I don't really feel like it's going anywhere. So not much else to say about this other than like I think it's a really bomb concealer, and if you're looking for a clean beauty option, this is definitely like where it's at for me. But personally, I do have to say I think like the shining star is their powder. Okay, so this is the Kosas Cloud Set Pressed Powder, and I recently heard about this through Jamie Page, who is my queen here on YouTube, but I saw her raving about this powder because she basically said it gives like this gorgeous blurred effect to the skin, almost like you have a filter on, and I was like, okay, that's probably too good to be true, but I'm trying this out. I also have never really loved pressed powders because, comment down below if you're similar to me, but I feel like for combination to oily skin, it just doesn't set the skin as well. Maybe it's the fact that like it's harder to get product on the brush. I don't really know, but I've always had issues with pressed powder, but I figured I'd give this a try, and I love this. It does exactly what she said. It gives a blurred look to the skin. It's so lightweight, but it sets my makeup. I don't find that I get oily throughout the day. It feels just so like silky and weightless, and like it's everything. As far as like selecting your shade, this powder is super sheer, so it's not something that you need to go in store to look at. I would just say like go on the website, gauge what shade you think will work, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to work for you because it is so sheer, which makes it pretty versatile for a lot of different skin tones. But if any of you guys are wondering, I got mine in the shade Comfy, which I believe was like the third shade that they had, third or fourth, somewhere around there. But I love this powder. I also love the like soft matte packaging. It's kind of frosted too. Super impressed with Kosas though. My next like item on my wish list from them once I run out of a foundation is their like tinted face oil. I've heard Kenzie Elizabeth talk about it nonstop, and so I really want to try it, but first I need to run out of like a tinted moisturizer or a skin tint. Lastly, for beauty, again, something that I featured in my minimal spring makeup tutorial, but something that I've been wearing every single day, so I just wanted to talk about it again. This is the Dior Lip Glow Oil. Now I have mine in the shade 022. I believe this is called Ultra Pink, but it's a very sheer formula, so even though it looks pretty bright in the packaging, it's almost like basically clear when you put it on your lips. This is basically just a super thick, super hydrating lip oil, but again, it's not sticky, so it's something that is really comfortable and that I've been wearing almost every single day that I'm not like doing a full face of makeup. I love the really fat wand. It's just so satisfying to apply, and it also smells so good. It smells kind of like a minty birthday cake, which I know sounds very strange, but I promise you it's like so good. I feel like during the summertime too, this is just going to be one of my like go-to products to just throw in my purse. I feel like everybody's just going to be going for the really like natural makeup look this summer, which I'm totally here for, and I feel like this just fits right in. So now let's talk about some clothing favorites. I just have 2 items that I want to mention. The first is this shacket that I got from Zara. I'm pretty sure this is technically considered a shacket, but it's basically this really cool corduroy shirt jacket. It's in this olive green shade, which I love for the spring, but I also love for the fall, and I've been wearing this all the time. I bought this pretty recently because I didn't have a like jacket in my collection for the spring besides my denim jacket, but I love this. I've been wearing it with everything: leggings, boyfriend jeans. I can't wait to wear this on like a cooler summer night with like a really high-waisted pair of shorts and like a white crop top underneath this. I feel like you really can't go wrong with Zara, and although it might take a little bit of time to like fish through everything at the store, it's really worth it. And then I've also been loving these basic crop tops from Target from their Wild Fable collection. Now I originally picked these up back in like November when I went to Nashville because I had heard a lot of girls like on Instagram and YouTube talking about these. They're literally just basic crop tops. I have black and I also have white. But I heard that like they just fit so well and they were like the perfect cropped length. So I bought them for myself, love them, wear them all the time. I just got one in each color. So when I went back to Nashville like 2 weeks ago, I went back to that same Target and I bought 3 more in black and 3 more in white because it's literally all I've been wearing. And the best part is these guys are literally only $5. So $5 for a super basic crop top. You can dress them up, you can dress them down. They fit so well. It's a little bit of a boxier fit, but it's still super flattering on the body. I would say they're very much true to size, and I would recommend, if you guys have been looking at these, picking them up ASAP because I think they're gonna sell out super fast during the spring. I know that the first time they released them, they sold out super fast. I just can't recommend them enough. I love a good basic like this, where I can just throw it on and kind of build an outfit around this. Last but certainly not least, I want to talk about 2 pairs of shoes that I've been loving this spring. I feel like it's no surprise that I'm about to mention though. For me, spring is all about the white sneaker. I love white sneakers, I love white tennis shoes, and so there have been 2 in particular that I've just been wearing all the time, and I felt like it would be a a disservice to not mention them. These first ones I actually bought in the fall, and then they quickly became like the shoe. I feel like everybody and their mother has a pair of these now. These are the low version of the Nike Blazers. I absolutely love these. They're just really simple white tennis shoes, but they're so ridiculously comfortable. I've never really owned like a low top white sneaker before, so I'm very, very happy that I have these. I wear them with jeans, skirts, dresses. They just really like make the outfit, and because they're leather, they're super easy to wipe down at the end of the day. So I feel like even though they're white, which can technically be like more high maintenance, they're still really easy to maintain. And then you guys know I'm all about my white high top Converse, and recently I threw out my old pair. I usually have to replace them like every year or so just because they get so dirty and then they start to fall apart. So I went to Nordstrom recently to replace my Converse, and then I saw that they had a high top version with a platform, and I was like, let me try those on, and I ended up taking them home. They're so comfortable, they look so good on the foot, and they give you a little bit of that like height boost without having to wear a heel. So yeah, these are just the Converse All-Star high tops with the platforms. It's like a double stacked sole. I believe these were also like the exact same price as the normal high top Converse too, so it didn't really cost anything extra, but definitely love these. Chunky sneakers are always going to be in, but I feel like especially right now with like the high-waisted like 90s jeans, these are truly just like everything. Also with a pair of high-waisted shorts in the summertime, I cannot wait to wear these. But there you guys have it. Those are my current spring favorites. I feel like I probably could have included so many more favorites in today's video, but I wanted to keep it like relatively short and sweet. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and also click that subscribe button. We are trying to reach 6K, hopefully like by the beginning of April. That would truly be such a dream come true. Be sure to follow me on all of my other social media networks, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Clubhouse, subscribe to my podcast, check out my Amazon shop. The links for everything are always in the down bar below. I love you guys so much. I hope that you all are staying safe, happy, and healthy, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Okay? Bye everybody.